Hello everyone. Today I have prepared for you a selection of the 5 best games about the Terminator. It is known that the idea of a movie about a killer robot literally came to James Cameron in a dream in 1981. While finishing work on his first big movie Piranha 2, the novice director James Cameron fell ill with a fever, and in a delirium saw a man with a red eye who was chasing a girl. He wrote the script in 1982 in collaboration with his friend William Wisher. For a long time he could not find funding for his film. Eventually he sold it to a novice producer Gale and Hurd for a symbolic price of $1. Originally, the film's budget was $4 million, but after Arnold Schwarzenegger was cast for the main role, the budget was increased to $6.5 million. To date, 6 films, 1 series, several books and many games of different quality have been released, which we will talk about today. Well, let's go. The 5th place is the game Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Terminator 2, Judgment Day is a multi-platform, computer game in the action genre, based on the film of the same name. It was released in 1991 for different platforms, such as Amiga, Atari, Commodore 64, DOS, ZX Spectrum, Mega Drive, Genesis, SNES, Game Boy and Master System. The games have some differences in gameplay, but are similar in plot compositions. In 2029, the supercomputer Skynet goes out of control and provokes a nuclear war, ending with a confrontation between machines and people. The rebels send a cyborg Terminator T-800 to the past. He must find and protect the future leader of the resistance John Connor from a more advanced robot T-1000, sent by Skynet. The game is a platformer with horizontal scrolling with elements of isometric projection and consists of 6 levels locations. We play as a cyborg T-800. Our task is to pass each level from beginning to end, destroying enemies, overcoming various obstacles, collecting useful things. We also look for special items, necessary for further passage. The main enemy of the hero is the cyborg T-1000, consisting of liquid metal. For the most part, the plot of the game repeats the film by James Cameron. The game Terminator 2, Judgment Day takes the 5th place in my top. On the 4th place in my top is the game called RoboCop vs. Terminator. It is a cross-platform video game in the genre of platformer, developed by Virgin Interactive for Sega Mega Drive and Genesis and Interplay for Sega, Game Gear and Sega Master System, as well as SNES. The game was released in 1993. It is based on the movies, RoboCop and Terminator, as well as on the comic book series of the same name. The plot is about the robot cop, RoboCop, who confronts the supercomputer Skynet, which went out of control of the scientists and unleashed a world war. It sends back in time the killer robots Terminators to destroy RoboCop. The plot of the game differs on different platforms. In the version for NES, the evil copies of RoboCop and Terminator went back in time to kill not only John, but also Alex Murphy, who became the robot cop. The real RoboCop learns about it from Flo, a resistance soldier from the future, and now he has to stop both the Terminators and Skynet in his copy, before it is too late. The game is a platformer with 2-dimensional graphics. The game consists of several levels where enemies, useful items, as well as secret rooms and entrances to secret levels are encountered, and at the end of each level there is a boss, one of the characters of the series of universes RoboCop and Terminator. Despite the difference in the versions of the game for different platforms, they all received mostly high ratings from critics. The symbiosis of the confrontation of 2 robots could not go unnoticed, and therefore the game RoboCop vs. Terminator takes the 4th place in my top. On the 3rd place in my top is the game The Terminator Future Shock and its add-on Skynet. The game was released in 1996. Its developer was Bethesda Softworks. The game made a revolution from the technical point of view. It almost completely abandoned pseudo 3D. In the game you can even fly on a plane and drive an off-road vehicle. The plot is very simple. We play as a resistance soldier and fight against the corporation Skynet. The game features a wide range of weapons for that time, from a piece of rebar to a plasma rifle. The game is a classic of the 3D action genre and intertwines with the legendary series of films. The game also has an add-on called Skynet, which improves the graphics, adds new levels, and also has a network game mode. The battles in the network game are very interesting. We can play as a Terminator or as a Resistance, or destroy enemies with the help of technology. The game The Terminator Future Shock is the third place in my top.
Come on. Where are the others? Where's the rest of the Resistance?
On the second place in my top is the game The Terminator Resistance. Its release took place on November 15, 2019. The Terminator Resistance is a computer game in the genre of first-person shooter. The story unfolds in post-apocalyptic 2028 in Los Angeles. The game is a prequel to the films Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. We are offered to play as a Private Jacob Rivers, a soldier from the Resistance, fighting against Skynet. The game focuses on the classic first-person shooter action, as well as, there are elements of RPG, resource gathering, modification, trading, and optional side quests. The game has several possible endings, the opening of which depends on the decisions made in the process of passing the game. Although the game received low ratings from critics, but the fans liked it very much as it contains many references to the original duology of films. The game The Terminator Resistance is the second place in my top. And the long-awaited first place, the game called Terminator 3 Redemption. It is based on the 2003 film, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. It was released by Paradigma Entertainment and came out on PlayStation 2 and Xbox Games Cube. The plot of the game is partly based on the film Terminator 3. We play as the Terminator T-850 and fight against other Terminators. Terminator 3 Redemption is a real gift for all Terminator fans. We have to fight against the ruthless Skynet both in the future, after the world's death in a nuclear fire, and in our days, when the world does not yet know about its fate. The game consists of both alternating missions with a third-person view and amazing races on various vehicles. We have 14 missions filled with action, the ability to control different types of technology, different types of weapons of the future, as well as excellent graphics and sound for that time. This game is considered one of the best examples of first-person shooters on PlayStation 2, and I think for all fans of the Terminator universe. It is a must for acquaintance as well as the other games presented in this top. Well, that's it. I introduced you to my top of the best games from the Terminator universe. Write in the comments which games you think are the best and which ones I did not mention in this list. Subscribe to my videos, like, comment, thank you all and bye.